Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures education and training broadcasts. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com. Glad you could be here today. American Dream Trading was founded by Chad Christian. He owns it, manages it, incorporated it many years ago, and we're glad you could be here. If this is your first time here with us today, please click that subscribe button if you'd be so kind. Also, make sure you have your notification box checked so that you don't miss any upcoming broadcast. Um, also, any upcoming broadcast. I got feedback here. Let me see here. There we go. We got it muted. All right. Yeah, so anyway, make sure you share this live feed out to your social media network so others may learn and be aware of our existence. Also, we greatly appreciate that. And make sure you like and give a thumbs up over there on YouTube. If you're watching here live today, that helps our logarithm. We had a rough start in the morning. Actually, it was a little bit, it went up and then it got a little bit choppy, and we were squeezing out of it what we could. And then just before we knew it, we was about ready to give it up, and wow, we got some really good runs here. We got all the major indices shot up on a nice EWO run, and then it had a major pullback, probably canceling out all the contracts, for the weekends, catch people sleeping, and but our members were able to capitalize on the downhill side of that too, and are now bounce off VWAP, making money to the upside. So we can make money when the market goes up, but we know how to make money when the market goes down. And we actually had to employ, what do we do when the market goes sideways and it's all choppy today, which it was for a large portion of the day. Really, this uprise didn't really even start until about a quarter to 12 today, Eastern time. And we had a nice, easy trade to the upside. Sat in there. I got in down here and rode that all the way up. And got out at the top up there basically and took my profits and took my ball, and I went home and I was done for the day. So I had a very good day myself. Added 36% to my total account on my trades. I did start at 3 in the morning this morning, and I made a third of that money at least. I think about a third in starting at 3 a.m. I had that all made by 8 a.m. A third of my gains today. So the other 2/3 came during the open market. Was it a struggle? Yeah, I had more red trades than I cared to have in the open market due to the volatility and the ups and downs and poor decision making a couple of times. But I also had a couple really pull back on me right after I got in. But that's what your stops are for, right? To limit your downside. You never trade without a stop. For those of you over on TikTok, apologize for the view, but it is what it is. We're having issues with our streaming software company getting a TikTok feed out. TikTok has tightened up some things on ways you can do it. So I literally am having my iPad pointed at my monitor. If you would like the full screen view and the top-notch audio and be able to see and hear any and all videos that I may play today later on, I would highly encourage you to go over to YouTube. And our channel over there is American Dream Trading. So head on over there. You'll get a much better experience. But if you want to stay there and look at this view, that's fine too. That's up to you. But I would suggest you go over to YouTube and watch this same live feed over there. Anyway, my name is Mark McSee. I'm one of the 20 moderators here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. And we are live here 3 times a day on American Dream Trading. Coach is live from 9 to 11 each and every morning, Monday through Friday. I'm live with the Futures Education Program from 2 to 4 Eastern Time here Monday through Friday. And then we have our aftermarket show over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, with our lovely and gracious host and moderator, Dawn. It's a different type of program. You can actually join the panel and talk with an open mic and a camera if you so choose to. You can interact live instead of having to type. But if you want to rather just type your questions and comments, there's a chat box available for that also. So that starts at 5 p.m. Today is Friday, the end of the week. Hope everybody had a good week as far as trading goes and learning and acquiring a new skill. Um, I know I did. I had a pretty good week myself, and green all week, green today, green every day, and going into the weekend green. It doesn't matter whether you're a dollar green or $1 million green. Going green into the weekend really is a lot better than being a dollar red, because it does affect your psyche if you allow it to. So always go try to get in, especially on Fridays, finish the day green. So you have to be more cautious. We call it Options Friday, mainly because option traders are exiting their trades, the ones that expire, and they're not holding things over the weekend. So you have a lot more volatility in the markets while people exit their positions for the weekend, mainly because news events can happen. Anything can happen over the weekend that would cause something negative to happen to the trader. And so they like to provide that safety. So, all right. Well, we're glad you could be here today. We'll take a walk around the block, talk a little bit about American Dream Trading. We will answer your questions live during this live feed if you want to type them into your chat box, right? Um, and as time allows, we'll answer it. Joey over there on TikTok Live, we do focus on futures trading here. It's not that I won't answer stock questions. I do from time to time. Our main focus is on that. But your question is, what is BNTX's low? You mean how low is it going to go today? Well, my opinion, in $1.25 will get you a small cup of coffee at McDonald's, right? You never know the bottom, you never know the top, right? All you can do is chart that chart out and get historical data and see where it is. Doesn't looking too good right now unless you're shorting it, right? I've actually got a couple lines on there. No, those are the indicator lines. So what I suggest, if you want to get some quick lines on your chart, go to a 4-hour view, right? And then you can see the peaks and the valleys of this particular stock or any stock. And then you can go in here and you can, plug some lines in where all the peaks and valleys are at, right? It only takes a few seconds to do that. Pow, 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 put them right on there, right? Everywhere you see highs and lows, you can put those on there. Those will be historical trading values, right? And then you can make better choices on whether to enter a trade or exit a trade, right? So now I have some information on there, and you can break it down even more if you want. You can go, say you want to drop to a 2-minute, right? I can go down to a 2-minute chart. So now I have some information. I can take a look at that, see how that looks. Yeah, it kind of looks pretty good actually compared to the um, 4 hours, but you can get a few more fine-tuned lines in there, right? So you can just go through and add additional lines. So now if you're scalping that on a 1-minute chart, right, you can you get yourself some more information. So now I have some historical levels, and look how that all touched right there. See that? See how that works? These things will tend to trade at their historical levels. Everybody knows where those are at, and they'll usually buy and sell based on them historical levels. And there you go. There's a 30-second primer on how to get some quick lines on your chart to help you make some better decisions on your entering and exiting, right? Do I have an opinion on this? No, but you didn't ask my opinion. I don't have one. But that is that BNTX, and you could do the same thing with NVAX. Now, if you're asking me how low do I think it's going to go, that nobody knows, right? How low it can go. So you just trade the trade that's in front of you using the tools. There's also a L2 order book you can use and implement in your trading. Those are all additional tools that you can do. But you can see, you'll know here. Again, now these won't always. Now I just slap these on real quick. You can tweak them a little bit, right? Get them a little bit better once you get them on there. But in that 20 to 30 seconds, I have some information. Now I have a guidepost. I have a map of historical levels, and my main ones were on the 4-hour, right? So now I can see. So what this one comes up here, what is that? 99.03. It's probably more like 99. It will respect whole numbers, right? So we could just call it, well, let's see what's 99 even look like here. Maybe it is 99.03. Yeah, right there's 99, close enough. Yeah, you could probably pretty much just call that 99, right? When it gets there, you could expect some resistance, some pausing, and it could very well blow right through those charts. But that's how you do that. And we train you how to do this, how to chart properly, how to interpret all the indicators that we use, right? and how to use the Elliott wave oscillator, volume bars, everything that goes into making a decision on a trade. So um, hopefully that answered your question there, Joey, over on TikTok Live. Oh, look, it's Vegan Knowledge over there on our YouTube live chat. Hi, it's Vegan. Did I ever tell you you're my favorite? Just don't tell Dawn. You know, I don't know if she's listening or not, but don't tell her. She's so good to have you here.
Yes, Dawn is listening. She's
Ah, Dawn's
listening.
listening. Doggone, she's always getting in the way. I tell you what, always in the way.
That's what I do. That's
Uh,
what I do.
There you go. Good. We're having a good day. Thanks for asking. Everybody in the futures market's making money, including our host, Dawn. There
Yes,
you
she
go.
is.
Uh-huh. Oh, I shouldn't have told her that. She'll want to spend it now, won't she? Oh,
Yes, she
never
will.
mind.
You
Never
can
mind.
have her. No,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
Oh,
You can have her. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, okay. Now you got money. You don't care no more. Huh? Oh, I see how that goes. Okay.
There's
Good
more
to
money
have you
over
here
there
with
for you to
us.
spend, John.
Brandon, can I learn futures really fast or do I have to be like the gymnast? Yes, you need to be like the gymnast. The example that I use. You never see an 8-year-old win an Olympic gold medal in gymnastics. It's never happened. Probably never will happen, right? I don't care how many hormones you feed them kids. They ain't gonna mature that fast, right? They start out learning the basics. They get a good coach that they can follow that will help educate them and train them in the way, correct them when they need corrected, right? So, and as they go along in their journey, their body matures just like you will mature in your knowledge and experience and wisdom and applying and employing the things that we teach here at American Dream Trading. And over time, you'll start building upon principle, and before you know it, you'll wake up one day and be like, hey, I might know what I'm doing here, right? And then you can go against the markets. So yeah, don't expect this is not a get rich quick scheme, right? You're not going to be driving a Lambo tomorrow, right? Coming in here. Matter of fact, we don't even want you funding an account when you join American Dream Trading. We want you to come and train, right? Um, Train more, trade less. That's one of our main philosophies here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Come in and learn first. There's no reason to be throwing money at the markets when you're still learning what to do, right? You're not just being born and running a marathon, right? It takes time to do that, right? Good. Craig over there said he made 22K paper trading futures this week. That's good. Slowly getting the hang of it. Yeah, when you start showing consistency and you know in your knower that you know in your knower, then you could start, thinking about upping your game, right? Up your education first. That's the most important thing, knowing how to do all these things, right? Get that education. There's not a greater thing you can put your money into than investing in your education before you even think about investing real money in the markets. So don't get the cart before the horse. Learn what you need to do, learn how to react to news, how to different markets, different days of the week, events, economic news releases. There's more than just clicking a mouse when it comes to day trading. And that's partially the reason that 95% of all day traders fail in their first 1 to 2 years because they're trying to do it all on their own. They don't have a mentor that they can ask questions to. They don't have a mentor that can help correct their mistakes, right? They don't have a community support. It's a very lonely thing, day trading. Whether you're sitting in your bedroom or like me sitting here in the basement by myself, right, waiting for my wife to throw a pork chop down the steps for me to eat lunch, right? It can get pretty lonely if you don't have a community. And that's one of the great things we have here at American Dream Trading. We have a great community. People come for the training and the trading, but they end up staying for the community. And we have the best mentor, as far as I'm concerned, anywhere. That would be Chad Christian, who we call Coach. He has over 33 years of experience in the markets, right? So I think he might know what he's talking about, and he can educate us in everything, whether it's day trading, swing trading, long-term investing, dividend reinvestments, you name it. If it can be invested in, he educates us in it, and you can employ that knowledge and all the different trading strategies to hopefully make this a profitable thing for you. I do this full time. This is the only thing this is my main source of income and keeps the roof over my head, keeps food on the table, and all that. So I love it. I've been doing this. This is my start of my third year in January. Started my third year, And I can't imagine doing anything else after spending all those years in a hot, stinky factory. So I love it, right? Let's see over here on YouTube what questions, comments we have. Let's see. Hey, vegan knowledge, don't be talking to Ralph now. He'll get the wrong idea. You just stay away from Ralph. Ralph, stay away from vegan knowledge. Craig said he made 22,000 paper trading. I read that already. Oh, you did gold. That's good when ES is down and reversed, right? The metals sector in futures trading will have generally have an inverse relationship with the indices. When the indices are climbing clear up, it means there's no fear, and people will sell off gold. And when there's fear and the markets are going down, you will find gold in the metal sector goes up as a general rule. Now, the metal sector is also very sensitive to world news, right? Um, so there's a lot of things that go involved in that you need to be aware of, right? Because things can change on a heartbeat. Vegan asks, when did I start futures? At the end of October, 1st of November, when I actually started trading. I started paper trading in October. Did that for like 3 weeks because, quite frankly, I already had the skills by learning from Coach how to trade stocks and stock options and how to trade in the pre-market starting at 4 a.m. every day. How that taught me how to scalp and become pretty good at it. So I took all those and come over here and start trading futures and realize, hey, I kind of already know what I'm doing because that's the beauty of how Coach teaches. His principles, his investment strategies are 100% applicable to all markets, whether it's stock options, even crypto it applies to, and of course the futures market. So, all right. You can talk to Ralph if you want to, vegan. I know I can share, so don't worry about it. Okay.
How are you getting possessive over my wife?
Don't worry about it. You know, don't
Is
worry
going
about
on?
it. Don't just go back to your
What is
trading.
going on?
Oh, just go back to trading. We got this handled. She likes me. I'm
Oh,
her favorite. I can't help it. I'm just a
that's true.
lovable
She talks
guy.
about you all the time.
I'm just
All
a
the time.
lovable guy. What can I say? That's Dawn, our moderator. Yeah. What? She tried to trade you away. Man, she's really into this trading thing. She's trying to trade her away too. Jeez. All right.
It's
Well,
your
I guess if
fault.
you
You're
can make
creating a
money
monster.
on it, whatever, right? Green's green, right? Green day's green. Joey back over there on TikTok says, "Oh, you bought so many shares at a certain price, sold it back. Oh, good job." What do I see? I cannot. Now, here's the thing here, Joey. I am not a licensed financial advisor, nor is anyone else here at American Dream Trading. We can never give you financial, investment, or tax advice. We train you to make those decisions. Over time, you will develop that skill to make really good, educated decisions on what to do. Right. So uh, we would rather you learn to do that. Why would you want to be dependent on some random dude on the internet, right? You don't know me. You don't know if I'm full of baloney or know what I'm talking about one way or the other, right? I like to think I know a little bit. I'm no coach, but I do have a few years on my belt. Um, I could give you an opinion, but I can't. I can, but I can't. Let's put it that way, right? So just the same way. Make you chart your charts out, take a look at it, and then trade to trade. Don't worry about where it may go. You're going to trade where it's at now. If it's going up and you played it up. If you're um, I don't know if you're a long-term holder, a day trader, right? Or you're holding for years, right? So a lot of people buy these stocks and they hold them till whenever, right? They may wait for a certain price and get out, right? So just take a different look at all the different things your chart's telling you, and we can help you better understand that, make you even more successful. And $2 is over $2 a share. That's excellent. Good job. Good. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, Joey, I do talk too much. I've had a few people tell me that. Maybe that's why they gave me a microphone and a camera. Maybe it had something to do with it, right? um, anyhow, let's take a walk around the block, see what's going on here right now. Again, this time of the day, the volume tends to drop off on a lot of these things, except for the major markets, right? As you can see, we're getting another nice run off the bottom, bounce off of VWAP, and it's heading back up as expected, right? That's our number one indicator we use is VWAP in the 200 MA. As you can see, it clearly bounced off there. I would assume that the other indices pretty much did the same, right? And as you can see, uh, the Qs, the Nasdaq bounced off, as did the Russell. They're all pretty much mirroring each other. Now they bounced it on their own respective charts, but they did both come back up. Let's take a look at the Dow. Did it do the same thing? Well, look at that. You could pretty much lay these charts right over top each other, couldn't you? Other than some of the critical indicators are in a little bit different position. So they're kind of walking in a lockstep today. Not always the case, right? So, as we know, if the indices go down, the currencies tend to go up, and if the indices go up, the currencies tend to go down. Well, would you look at that before I even looked? See how it went up when it went down, and now it's going up, and these are coming down. There you go. There's that inverse relationship. So, there's gold. I'd made a lot of money off of gold this morning, starting around 3 a.m. ish. Traded well. I can't remember which one I traded first. Traded the euro. I traded gold. And then I did some ES trading also in between there. So did pretty well there. Was able to snag about a third of my profits today from getting up and trading early in the morning. So it's there if you want to get it, right? Just how much do you want to get it, right? That's why we do offer memberships here. If you want to up your training and your trading, you can check that out over at americandreamtrading.com. Scroll down about halfway, you'll see you can join our Discord, totally free. There's no monthly charges or anything. And you can join right in there. Our free members section is what you will see, where you can get in our stock lounge and discuss trades and ask questions. And there's discounts in there. There's some free videos and training materials in there also. Again, you only see the free section. Paid membership does have its privileges, and each paid membership has their own dedicated lounges and things like that, so forth. So membership does have its privileges. Now we are running a promo right now. You can get the VIP or VIP Gold, which provides our most extensive training. It gives you up to 12 hours per day, Monday through Friday, from 4 a.m. to 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. on a live Zoom call, where you can have access to an open mic, which you can open at any time, ask all the questions you want, and we can deep dive into your questions. We start training and trading in futures at 8:30 a.m. through 4 p.m. each day. However, you can trade futures 23 hours a day. So we are always roaming the halls all day and all night long. There's members get up and trade in the middle of the night. Some of us get up early morning and trade, and some trade at night. So it's very open to how you can trade. Wow. Frankie, are you in here? Frankie, are you in here? Let me see. Nope, Frankie's not in here right now. Yeah, he was earlier. I see his son's online. Yeah, his son's on TikTok. His son's a big TikToker. He's got millions of followers. Anyway, so let's take a look. Generally, your currencies, your metal sectors, of course, agriculture shuts off early anyway. They all tend to get less volume in the afternoons, this time of the afternoon, especially on Friday. So the main things usually to look at for volume and movement would be your major indices: the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, and the Russell, which is a small cap. So that's generally where we would focus on. Have a nice run up off this bottom bounce. And again, we're going to have to come up here to break out through here for it to go higher. And we'll have at least a double top right there that we'd have to deal with as it goes up. And you can see these same levels kind of over here, right? So this one didn't quite go up as high. This one did peak up there. So those are some critical levels that we'll need to be aware of as it comes up here, right? And you want to know where those are at all times. So always make sure you scroll backwards to know where those are at visually. So I know about right up here, I'm going to run into my first batch, and then I have this here. Now I can draw a line, go back here and draw a line if I like, right? Just go over here. That's where those had peaked out earlier today, right? And you'll see That pretty much matched up with the early one, right? So I would expect as this moves up to that level, right, that it's going to do the same thing. It may pause there. You don't know though. It could blow right through it, but it could come up here and pause and reject and come back down. So we'll see what happens. I have at least something to guide me and help me make in buying and selling decisions on my chart. It's important that you have your charts with historical levels so that you have a map, you have a guide to make decisions with. Without it, you're just trading blank. There's no sense in doing that. Did you invent that indicator? Well, not really. Yes and no. I didn't personally. This is Coach's 2.0 indicator based on what he likes after 33 years of experience in the market. He's tried every indicator out there, and these are the ones he's boiled it down to something simple. It's not overly complicated. It doesn't cloud up your screen. That's all these bars and these lines here you see. This is the 9, 21, 55 EMA indicators, VWAP into 200 MA, and an Elliott wave oscillator, okay, which we use for his 2-minute EWO strategy. And of course, there's some volume bars and those type of things there too. So putting those all together helps us make better decisions, better educated decisions. And hopefully that relates to successful trades, right? I love this indicator. Version 3 is about ready to come out. I thought it might have been out by today, but it's not. So it's coming out here real quick. It'll have the new improved version. And that comes with your paid membership. If you have a VIP, VIP Gold, crypto, futures, or a diamond membership, this is included. Does not included with our entry program, the premium program. That's $125 a month. That does not come with that level of membership. So you have to have upper tier ones to get this. And you can use that as long as you're a paid member. It will continue to work. Now, this does only work with TradingView, which is what you see on my screen. Okay. This is an independent charting software that you would have to purchase on your own. It's generally, just say, $15 a month, give or take. They run specials and stuff. So you can go check that out at tradingview.com for more information. Not associated with us in any way. Craig, do you find any difference trading at 3 a.m. versus 9 a.m.? Well, there is a difference as far as volume goes. I did pretty well starting at 3 a.m., trading till 8 a.m. this morning. I made 30% of my profits in trading while moderating also, right? And so, yes, I love trading early morning hours when things are quiet, still dark outside. There's plenty of volume in there to move the things up and down in price. So yes, I do love that. The 6 p.m. to like 8 p.m. ish, yeah, the volume's a little lower there, but there's some there. It's like anything else. Some days more than others, but that would be your lower time. But yeah, generally starting around 3 a.m. ish on, the volume really starts to pick up, and then of course it's supercharged at 9:30 when the New York session opens. And that's where I made the other 2/3 of my money this morning was in the New York session. So, and that was trading ES. And that was doing some serious scalping because I was in a channel trade here, just crazy trading. Then it would go flat and I would trade individual candles and lock in the profit in and out quick, right? So had a large number of contracts I was trading this morning, which resulted into exponential profits, right? But it's still, if you and me both started same trade at the same time and got out at the same time, we would still have the same percentage of gains. And that's what builds your account, right? Start out small and build it day after day after day. And you'd be like me, one day you wake up and like, holy cow, what happened here, right? Look how far we've come. So again, it takes time to do that. There's no real sense coming in here throwing a lot of money in your trading account just because you can. It's far better to start small with one micro contract and then trade from that. So, speaking of micro contracts, let me show you. This is if you want to know what the costs are with your broker. Of course, you go to your broker's website. This is Webull, which is the broker I use here. Okay, this is just straight off their webpage. This shows you what their margin rates are, and every brokerage house will have something similar. Okay, gives you the description, gives you the ticker symbol here. So like crude oil CL, and To trade one at night um, would be, oh, that's during, yeah, at night. Um, $5,700 you'd have to have for to trade one of those. 500. What in the world? What's going on here? Is that right? What happened to 572? Oh, that was a micro crude. Okay, never mind. I was right. All right, so if you wanted to trade the big one, now you could trade a micro of the same thing. This is how I started by trading one of these every night. 572 which what you would have to have in your margin account, right? During night, 171 to trade one contract during the day. That 171 with Weeble is in fact from 9 to 415 daily. And then after 415, then the price goes to 572. Why is that? Because you're trading with their money all night long, right? Till 9 a.m. the next morning. And when that time, the price comes down. So, yes, you do have to have more money in your margin account to be able to trade at night. But as soon as you exit your trade, that money goes right back into your margin. So then you'll have another page where it'll show you what you get paid by ticks per tick. A tick is a divisional amount of each point, or dollar if you want to think about it. Stocks, the indexes are generally in quarter increments. So there's four ticks to a dollar or a point. It's actually called a point, but we think a dollar. So I can make $1.25 times 4 by trading one micro S&P MES micro. That's what you see on my screen there, except that's the big one. Now the regular ES pays every 25 cents. It pays $12.50, so it's 10 times as much. Or a micro is 1/10 the amount, and the cost of the contract is generally 1/10. It's not 100% true, but more often than not it is. So yes, I have to have $963 for one of these contracts to make $12.50 a tick, but I only need $96 to trade one of these to make $1.25. It's the same ratio in earnings. It just takes, they're small contracts. However, when it pulls back on you, you only lose a $25.25. Over here, you're going to lose $12.50 every ticket pulls back on you, right? So that's the difference. There's advantages to that. So when you're starting out, we always recommend that you start out with micros, because if it does pull back on you, your loss to your margin account is substantially less. Yeah, you got to let it run longer. You're not making, you're going to make 5, 10, 15, 20, maybe 30 or $40 a micro contract if you get a good run. 5, $10 probably is a good average. $20 is really good return on one contract, especially if you're scalping. And that's how you build your account. You do that 5, 10, 15, 20 times a day or more. You can see how fast that can build up your account, right? So everyone's different. Crypto has their formulas. Energy has theirs. See, there's every time it goes up a penny, you make $1, right? On micros, gold. If you look at gold, it's every 10 cents you make $1 on a micro gold. On the big boy gold, the E-mini, for every 10 cents, you make $10. See the 1/10 difference, right? But your potential losses are also 10 times more. So that's what you got to work with. So that's why we always suggest when people are ready to actually trade money that they trade on the micros. Don't care how much money you have, come in small, build up that account. It also limits your downside in case you make a mistake. So all your websites will have this on it. Now, this tick value, Webull pays the same as TOS. It's a contractual thing. They have to pay that out. That's set by the CME group. Now, the margin accounts, that is broker dependence, whatever the brokers want to charge for you to get into that account. Some may be a half of this amount, some may be twice as many. It just depends. You have to check with your individual broker that you're using. This is just Webull. And you can see all the things here they allow you to trade. So take a look at that, Webull.com. If you want to just see an example, that's the brokerage I use. Doesn't mean that's who you have to use. If you already have one with them, if you're happy with them, right? Do I trade through TradingView connected to Webull? Yes, I do, Alex, over there on TikTok Live. I do connect my Webull account to my TradingView. So when I come down here and it's live, you can see I got a green dot up here, right? Now I am in my paper trading account. I don't trade my real account while I'm talking here, right? And it shows you down here it's active. It's got a little green dot there. So when I execute a trade here, it's actually using the data and executing the trade through Webull, even though I'm using TradingView to enter and exit a trade, right? So I can, click the button, bang, I'm in the trade, right? Right there, just that quick. When I want to get out of the trade, I click the button, bang, I'm out, and it executes the trade through Webull. It's pretty nice. I like trading through TradingView. It does have its quirks when you're connecting to an external broker. As long as you know what those are and how to deal with it, you should be okay. And I do trade still directly through Webull. Today I did that. I traded all day today through my direct Webull account. No real reason other than I was already sharing my screen as a moderator with our paid members during trading and training sessions, so I just traded through my Webull account. But that's nice to have that flexibility. So, anywho, that's how you figure out how you get paid per whatever contract that you're trading at the time, right? So then it's up to you to decide when to enter and exit a trade, and we will train you how to do that using these indicators, how to chart, and then how to apply all this information you see on this screen to hopefully executing and exiting a successful trade. But you will lose money. It's part of it, right? Every trade is not going to be profitable. I had a bunch of red trades today, mainly because I got in this chop and it was just so volatile. Made a few poor choices on entry, held a couple too long. So you try to minimize those kind of self-inflicted mistakes, right? So, um, wow, that's bad news. T-Mobile on pace for the worst performance in years, and it's currently the worst performing one on the S&P 500. That just popped up, that little news blurb. All right, what else we got here? So yes, did we invent these? Well, the 92155, you could create any trend line that you want. We chose to go with the 9 to 2155. Some may use the 50, some may use the 3. It's all what you like. We just found that this is kind of the best of the both worlds. It's low enough that it's reactive, but it's not so low that it's overreactive. Kind of smooths things out a little bit. And the 21, same way. It's a longer term 155. Like I say, a lot of people in most of your institutions use a 50, but we use a 55, just kind of give it a little bit smoother transaction. Of course, VWAP is fixed. The 200 is also a industry standard 200 moving average. So, so we included those in there. Now we got the cloud and all these other things, and we teach you how to use these and where these all should be in alignment, what they mean on their own, how do they mean in tandem with everything else, how to incorporate this Elliott wave oscillator, which was created by Mr. Elliott. This is just another thing you can put on, right? But we use this for coaches 2-minute EWO strategy. There's a lot of trading strategies using Mr. Elliott's waves. Coach developed his own 2-minute because he found that he liked how that reacted. So there's all kinds of things you can do with those. So those are all included with your paid membership, by the way. So do you use a 1 or 2 minutes? If I'm scalping there, Mojo over there on TikTok live chat, if I'm scalping, I like to scalp off a 1 minute. And if I'm doing a 2-minute EWO strategy, I'll have my chart on a 2-minute, right? And just go from there. You can use longer or shorter time frames. Coaches indicators work with all time frames, all investment vehicles, all investment strategies. If you want to swing trade with this, you can do the same thing. Let's just say I'm going to base my position of entering and exiting trade. It works the same way, right? Here's the EWO here. If I got in right here when I should for the down play here, right? It kind of sat here. Here's where the big color change is right here. There's my candle that's bigger, or my bar that's bigger than the other. I would enter in right about here, right? So if I had entered that following the EWO trading strategy, yes, it did pull back a little bit, but I got it here, rode all that way down, clear down to here to where it changed again. So that is a heck of a gain there. If I'd have just took that longer term views to swing trade, buy and hold longer, and a swing trade is all it is. It just means I'm using a larger time frame to base my decisions on, and I'm holding my trade longer. That could be 2 hours, 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, whatever. You still manage the trade. There's 5,000 ticks 5,100 ticks just right there on the ES. 5,100 times 1250 on one contract. That's $63,000 by just making one click up here on February 24th when that EWO started, because I'm doing this swing trading, which means I'm holding it. And I could have held that clear down. I might have got out here on this pullback, but you didn't have to because I got in clear here. So that's all 100% profit, right? From up there down to here. So you might have let it run, right? Or you may have exited a trade and waited for the next one. There's another possible new entry point, or you could just let that one run, depending what your strategy was. So between February and April 4th, one contract would have grown to $63,000. That's the power of Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy and math. It's simple math, folks. Nothing magical about it. It's simple math. It just helps you make buying and selling decisions. But yes, I do trade on the 1 minute when I'm scalping and 2 minute on the EWO. So, JD, your mic was breaking up. I don't know if you was trying to say something or not, but it was all static. That's one of our paid members. How do I see anything? Well, I see them through my cataracts there, Nunya. That's how I see them. These other lines, this here is a temporary, this is another indicator. This is not part of Coaches. That's something that I toy around with. Yes, I can take all that off, and so it's not as crowded, right? See, it clears it up a little bit. Plus, it has a regression channel, and all these things are customizable. You can open and modify any of these things at will. But this one I'm trading,
Mark?
obviously I'm looking at it this way. Yes, sir.
How much would that contract have cost to get that 63,000?
That was one contract of ES, $963 in your margin account. The true cost after you exited a trade, because that money goes back into your margin account, the true cost would have been $4.28. That's the cost, the transaction cost to purchase one ES contract that you pay, and whether you make money or you don't. It's a fixed cost. So your true cost to make that 63 grand would have been $4.28. Now you got to have that $900 in your margin account, right? That's the collateral. But so for $1,000 you could have made 63,000. Sounds like a pretty good deal to me. And that that $1,000 goes right back into your margin account, and you just pay the transaction cost of that 428. That's Weeble's transaction cost, by the way. Yep. It's awesome. That's a swing trade. That was a long-term hold, right? We do the same thing, but we're doing it on a daily basis, right? That was over a month and a half period by letting it go. We have a lot of swing traders in our group, and Ralph's in here. He's one of our swing traders, right? He likes to swing trade. So that's buy. You still manage a trade. You don't buy it and forget about it. You still have to make trading decisions. What's the best time to trade ES? Well, that would be when the New York session's open. That's the S&P 500. Trades the most heavily during the 9:30 to 4 p.m. session when the markets are open Monday through Friday. But it trades constantly in the futures market. So, but of course, the volume's starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. So that's where you get the volume at. Good. Anyway, your mic's breaking up again there, JT. You must have a crack in the wire or something, buddy. I think you might have a crack in a wire or something, or your mic.
Yeah, just let the window down. Let me turn my mic off. Thank you.
Oh, okay. You're welcome. All right. Any other questions there? All right. See, Ralph's over there, and Doug's over there. So if you have any questions, feel free to type them in. What do you think is the key to surviving in this business? I don't have 30 years experience. Coach does. He has 33 years. I'm not Coach. I'm Mark McSee, one of the moderators. This started my third year. Key to the success is our community, quite honestly. They're there when you're down to lift you up, right? Everybody in our community has a genuine concern to help people succeed. No, I can make trades all day long in my basement by myself with nobody to talk to, nobody to to ask questions for, to educate me, right? That'd be pretty lonely doing that by myself. Yes, I get what you're saying, risk management. That is important to keep your account, right? But having a sense of community and a mentor that I can ask questions to keeps me coming back every single day. I can't imagine sitting here doing this all day long by myself I'm in my basement or in a bedroom, right? That'd be so depressing not having any interactions with other humans, right? Yeah, I have a wife and a dog, but my dog only can talk so many words. So, and the dog don't care about anything other than getting fed and being let outside and go poop. So, uh, the sense of community it really is. I'm dead serious. We have people that decide not to trade for the day, and they'll come in here and sit just to learn, right? To get that education, interact with others. This is and it's another thing, and I'm not making these things up. You can go Google the studies. Day traders that day trade by themselves like this have a high incidence of falling into depression because they have no interaction with other people, right? Sounds glamorous. Oh, I can sit in my basement in my underwear and click a mouse and make money, right? Well, it ain't that easy to start with. But think about it, right? No interactions with anybody. All you're staring at is the screen, right? Eventually that gets to you, especially what if you have a bad trading day, right? You know what I mean? So that is very important here. I just couldn't imagine doing this. Could I do this on my own without talking to anybody? Most certainly I can, but I would never want to, quite honest with you. You know, we got a very good group of people here from 18 to 80 plus in here. So we have all kinds of experience from people just starting to people that have been trading all their lives. Now, the other thing that comes along with being a member of American Dream Trading is you do have a coach that has 33 years in the market, so he knows what he's talking about. And he knows, hey, he's a coach. He's coached everything from sports to you name it, to corporate coaching, right? Being in the corporate world and being a business owner himself. So, he is actually a coach. That is his calling. Matter of fact, you see him on his lives. How much time do you actually see him trading live? He's spending just as much, if not more, time answering questions, is he not? Right? Without making money. He's helping us make money. That's his calling. And he'll tell you that from time to time. That's what he feels called to do, is to teach, educate, coach, right? And yes, you are right. Risk management is number one in your actual trading. It doesn't do you any good to lose your money every day when then you can't trade it tomorrow, right? So risk management is one of the number one things. And coach's rules state that very clearly. Never always trade with a stop, correct? Never lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account in any trading day. Why? Those two things alone will help to preserve your account, right? If you have two or more red days or 3 or more red days in a row, take 30 days off, evaluate what you're doing, train more. You're obviously having some issues that need corrected. So don't continue to show up every day and lose and think, wow, I got it this time. That's a gambler's mentality, right? So that's what coach's rules are there for. Oh, you said you don't remember what coach's rules are? Here, let me play them for you real quick. Here's coach's rules.
Some of the rules. Okay, somebody. Perfect question. You're asking the right questions. I like it already. I'm new here. What are the rules? That's what I'm talking about. So again, right? Some of the most basic rules so I can help you guys. Think about this. Stop losses on each and every trade. What does that do? Keeps you from losing your accounts, right? Not hard. Paper trade only when you're a new trader. It makes sure you're not blowing up your accounts. You're not obviously ready for this, am I right? Think about it. Every rule I have is not make money, it's keep your money. Don't trade in the first 3 minutes or the last 8 minutes of the day. It's the hardest time of the day. I've been doing this 33 years. It's very hard. I get chopped up all the time, and I'm like, ooh, it looks good. Oh, looks good. Oh, I'm going to do it again. Stop. I'm doing it to protect you, right? If you're a new trader, don't trade in the first 30 minutes because it is the most volatile, right? Till we get the shift change when volume comes in again at 10 o'clock. Because why? The very beginning is like this. Yo. Typically, after the first 30 minutes, it will try to decide which way do I want to go today. I'm avoiding you getting wrecked, right? Last hour of the day is power hour, high volume, hedge fund managers, making the things happen, trying to get markets to move the way that they want. I'm telling you to stay out of it. So if you're like, well, I keep getting burned up, why are you doing it? Right? Journal. It's for your own mental strength so that you can see what you are doing on a daily, consistent basis. That's all it is for. Did I trade it right or did I trade it wrong? What should I have done? What could I do better? That is what it's for, right? It's your homework every day. You guys can go back and review your trades and go over your journal and what should I have done right there and why did that not work out? It will help you, right? You're strengthening your brain and you're getting rid of your own stuff. Small position sizes. I say that because usually when you go in too large, your emotions take over. You're not trading robotically. You're not trading the trades. You'll end up blowing up your accounts, right? That's when we make a lot of mental mistakes. Is all the difference was we're going in too big. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. Again, notice the stop part is the most important. Stop out the losers so you don't continue to lose money. If you find yourself in these bleed out sessions, oh, well, I hope. Oh, it's going to come back. Oh, we'll see. Oh, it's coming down to support. Oh, it broke that support. Maybe this next, oh, stop. Draw a line in the sand. Use the stop. And then when you guys go green, right? Like, oh, I'm up 100. I'm taking that. That's my daily. That's what I told myself. That's what I told myself. If I can make 100, I'm going to take that. It could have turned into 2,000. Why are you taking 100? Let the runners run. I notice I never said take all the runners off the table. Never said that. I've never said that in my life. We use the shedding technique. We collect as it goes. We take off as it goes because that way we are guaranteeing locking in realized profits. Remember, nothing is realized until you actually click, right, the sell button. All these rules are in place, ladies and gentlemen. They're there to help you. If you can't do these very basic things we talk about, right, how are you going to advance? Stop saying, woe is me. Stop saying, I don't get it. Stop saying, I'm not a good trader. I guess I'm never going to get it. Yeah. Because you can't follow my basic rules. They're there for a reason. Again, follow the freaking rules, right? And listen, I know when I get on you guys, I don't get to sell anything and I don't get to make any money. And it's just, I don't care. I need you guys to understand so that you guys can get ahead in life. This is what we're doing this for, right? So when I'm in this mode, right? And again, like, oh, I'm not listening to any of this. You need to listen to all this. This is where the secret sauce, this is the golden nuggets, not the coach, just call out that runner. That isn't going to do you any good, right? It doesn't matter. There's 8 million people in this room. We could call out stuff all day long. You could just hear us shouting stuff. That isn't going to help anybody. If you don't know what to do with it, what good does it matter if one is up or one is down? That means nothing to anybody if you don't know how to handle it. You might get lucky and catch a momentum, and you're like, oh, I'm a great trader, and you just keep getting out a million times. It's because it's been going in the same direction all damn day, right? Can you duplicate it? Can you recreate the process every day consistently? This is all about consistency, okay?
So make sure you follow coach's rules. Those aren't too hard to follow. You heard one of them was never trade without a stop, right? Never lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account in any one day. But yet we have people who don't follow those two rules, and they wonder why they blow up their account. We've even had paid members come and say, well, I don't know, I use stops, and I stopped at 1 to 3%. Well, how's your account blown in 30 days? Well, I used them. Well, they're a liar if they say that, because if you follow coach's rules, if you have 2 to 3 red days in a row, you got to take 30 days off, right? and you blew up more than 1 to 3% of your account to start with, if you follow those rules, it will take you 15 years to blow up an account by following that. If you're the worst trader in the world and you never learn anything by following coach's rules there, it would take you 15 years to lose all your money. Problem is, people don't want to follow the rules because they think some of these rules don't apply to them. And I know every time I lose money, well, not every time, but most of the time when I lose money, it's because I broke one of coach's rules. So, and we're human, that's just the way it is. We think, oh, well, this time it's going to be different, right? Well, that's a gambler's mentality, right? Do anybody know any compulsive gamblers? Well, that's what you can fall into in day trading, right? You're just clicking a button, right? Oh, I lost $500 this time. Oh, I lost $600 this time. Oh, I made 800. Oh, I'm the world's greatest trader. Well, what about them other two trades you lost more than you made? You aren't even back to break it even yet, right? So if you're continually losing, you need more training. So that's what coaches' rules are there for, not to make you money. They're there to help preserve your account. What will make you money is coming up, getting the education, learning how to use indicators on your chart. And you can put 1,000 different indicators on your chart if you want. It's your chart. You can put whatever you want on it. You don't have to use these indicators. I'd highly recommend that you do. I think you'll find you're a more successful trader in doing so. Results not guaranteed, of course, right? We can't control when you enter a trade and exit a trade. That's on you. But we teach you those things to give you that confidence over time. And learning a new skill is not easy. You're not going to learn it overnight. So, Jason, he looks like John Locke from Lost. Well, I never watched Lost, so nor do I know who John Locke, the actor, is. But I'll look that up later just because you perked an interest. Dame Trades made 780 on your eval. Good for you. Good job. Just make sure if you're going to do those prop firms, I don't want to do one, never will do one. I want to trade under my rules, the coach's rules, not the prop firm's rules. You got to follow them to the T, or they'll make you start all over. And that's basically how those things are funded, with people failing because they don't follow the rules. If you're a good rule follower and you follow them to the T, you stand a better chance of getting payouts. Generally, only about 2% of the people do, just so you know statistically. You might be a little bit better off. Come on over here with real money, and we'll teach you how to trade your own money rather than being dictated by a bunch of very restrictive rules. Because as you know, you can only make so much per day. They even limit how much you can make a day. So, yeah, I don't want to play by them rules. I'm not saying they're bad, just not for me, not my cup of tea, not something that I want to participate in. I want to play by my own rules with my own money. Well, I'm playing by coach's rules. Well, coach's rules are my rules because I've embraced them and I incorporate them in my everyday trading. If not, I would have been gone a long time ago. But like I said earlier, this is the start of my third year. And January was the start of my third year doing this full time. I am retired because of American Dream Trading. You hear Coach talk about that in some of his videos. I'm one of those over 200 people. Back then, it was only probably, I don't know, 20 maybe, if it was that many, that retired because of the success that they found here. Does that mean you will? It can be, if you'll follow the rules and embrace everything Coach teaches as trading strategy. In other words, if you come in with an open, empty cup and let us help fill it, it's not what you don't already may know. You think you know. It doesn't mean it doesn't have value, but if you'll embrace what Coach is imparting on us through daily education and trading, your odds of succeeding are a lot better. That 5 to 10% success rate, that's a scary thing of day traders that fail, right? So, or that succeed. 95% fail. So why not go with a thing that works? It's not a $9.95 ebook, right? So we do have some promotions going on. We have our Diamond membership. You can make it 2 easy payments. It's a total of $10,000, or you can make 2 payments of $5,000 each. Our VIP Gold Complete package, which is the combo of those 2 individual memberships, are $8,000, or you can make 2 payments of $4,000. And we also have our futures membership for $4,000, one-time payment, never pay again. Those are lifetime, or 2 payments of $2,000 each. You can go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and get more information on that. You have to scroll about halfway down our landing page. There you'll see our link for our free Discord and all the different types of memberships we have. And you also on our free Discord, there's a chart over there that compares all of our memberships and the benefits provided each one side by side. So head on over there and check that out. All right. Let's see what else here. Anybody got any questions? Paid members, do you have a question? Comment? Nope. Okay. What about that over there on TikTok? What about YouTube, the other socials? Why do you need so much money? For what? You need $500 to open up a futures account with Webull. Other brokers are different. Some have no minimums. Some have higher minimums. Webull's is $500. Oh, membership? Well, how much? What's a college credit cost you? A lot more than that, right? That's a lifetime membership. That includes all lifetime membership. An annual membership in those individually on the say the VIP, that's $2,500 a year. So basically it's the cost of a couple years worth of memberships. Pay once and be done. That diamond membership opens everything to you. So membership has its privileges. You can sit here and watch for free. I can assure you this is just the tip of the iceberg of what we do here and the things that we provide with our full paid memberships. Do you have to have a membership? No. You can sit here and watch for free all you want, as long as you want, We have free videos we provide for you over on our YouTube channel. There's over 2,000 training videos there alone, right? But membership does have its privileges. You get up to 12 hours of live training on a live Zoom call from 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can sit there for 12 hours a day if you like. You can ask questions. You get the coach's attention there also, right? You get all his wisdom and everything, and all the training and community that goes along with it. Membership does have its privileges. What's the difference between free and paid? Free is for our Discord. We don't have free memberships, but you can get our free Discord, and you can go in there in our stock lounge and discuss trades, ask questions, hang out with the other members that are in there in the free section. Now, you're not going to see the paid members sections because membership does have its privileges. So that's over at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Scroll down about halfway, you'll see our free Discord. Go in there, go on in, kick the tires, say hi, ask questions, see what kind of service you get, right? See how long it takes for somebody to answer your question. I can assure you it will be no more than a few minutes at max most of the time. There's always somebody roaming the hall. We do have 20 moderators, and part of the memberships pay to keep this corporation running. None of this things that you may be free to you, but it's not free to us to do these things, right? Provide Zoom calls for our members. The Zoom is not free. Yes, you can get a free version to use for your own personal use, but not when you have, 10,000 people that want to come in and use your Zoom room, right? There's limits. You have to have a large account, and that is not inexpensive. Anyway, but thanks for asking the question. Anyway, yep, you don't need to have to pay for a membership. You feel free to stay here all as long as you want, right? As far as that goes, right? You don't have to. So anyway, thanks for asking, right? And then since you want to promote other places, we'll just go ahead and mute you for now. You're welcome to come back if you want to play nice and show respect for this community. If you want to promote other communities, that's okay for you, but it's not okay here. You can go elsewhere, as I just muted you. So thanks for asking anyway. All right, what other questions do we have here? Yeah, definitely spend more time listening, right? More time training than trading. You need to do that. I still train every day. I still listen and learn something new every single day, right? So anyway, train more, trade less. Have you been to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading? Who has never been there? Type a 1 if you've never been there. Head on over there. Check that out. Thanks for all the likes and shares, everyone. Smash them like buttons. All right. And I learned stuff from other moderators. I learned stuff from Coach, other members. Everybody has something to contribute. Just because you may not be an official moderator doesn't mean that you can't share your experience and wisdom with others. And our members do indeed do that. So it's a great community. Love it here. Maybe that's why I sit here 12, 14 hours a day. I don't know. Either that or I don't have a life. One of the two. I don't know. Maybe a combination of both. Maybe I just love day trading so much and get all that with it. I can trade while I talk. Imagine that. Get paid to talk, making money and talking at the same time. So, all right, let's take a walk around the block. Let's see what's happening here. If there's any trades we might want to take live here. Now, this is my paper trading account. I do not trade real money while I'm in training mode, sharing with others, but I do trade my real account. I do trade it through TradingView using my Webull account, or I will just trade there. So this thing's up here. It's kind of broke back up through a previous level that I have on my chart here. So I want to see some upward motion here. Right now, it's just, you can see it didn't really want to go any higher than this for a while. It's consolidated last time, kind of doing the same thing a little bit. Now it's kind of actually even sliding back down a little bit. Again, for those of you on TikTok, if you want the better view, the better audio, the full screen approach, head on over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. There'll be a much better view there, okay? So, all right, what else we got going on here? So I'm going to wait on that. If I'm going to trade this, I want to see this break and hold above this level here to the upside. If I'm going to trade down, I want to see a break and hold down below here, even though I do have some minor levels to deal with here and down here and then down there, but that's a long way away. So this will pretty much have to drop down there right now for the downside trade. It may very well get there now. This is power hour, so people will potentially be exiting their positions on a Friday, especially, even more so. So they're not holding over the weekend. So you may see a lot of volatility. That's why they call it power hour. You always see a lot in the last half hour, 15 minutes of the day, and tends to increase. You'll see maybe a large rise up or a large rise down. You just really never know, right? Some days we don't see it. We sit in here and just don't do anything. But you should not be trading the last hour of the day due to that increased volume, because it's super volatile, and that's a good way to wreck your account. All right. Well, Michelle, head on over to you're already in our YouTube channel. Make sure you go in there and check out all those videos. There's over 2,000 training videos in there. Just click on the video section, and you'll even see we even have them categorized. Highly recommend checking out Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy. What do the candlestick wicks indicate? Good question there, Momo. Well, let's give you an anatomy of a candle. All right. Right here, we'll just pick whatever one. Right. Let me turn all this other stuff off so it's not obscuring. Right. Right here. So now we just have our candles. So what you have on a green candle, in other words, when the candle is going up, the bottom of the candle, the body of the candle indicates where the price opened at on that candle. At the top of the body of the candle going up, in other words, the green candle, right, that indicates that's where the price ended at. So it started this 1 minute candle here, it ended here. What the wicks indicate is the fluctuation, if there is any, of the ups and downs. The price actually went up to here, right, but then pulled back. So you actually had, the body of the candle was, say 14, 15 ticks, but the entire candle actually moved. Now this one wasn't excessive, but it actually, get my button clicked, it actually moved 18 ticks. So there was 3 additional on that. The wicks is what it's doing while the candle's active. The body is what the end result was. Okay, so green, the bottom is where it started. Green at the top is where it finished. The wicks is the up and down movement while it was still active. On a red candle, the top of the red candle is just the inverse. So the red going down candle, the top of the candle is the price that it started at. And you can see this retraced, moved around up higher in price. The bottom of the candle on a red candle is where the price finished at. So this one didn't really gyrate much. Here, you see how small the wick is. You have these ones here. You can call these spinning tops, where you have an equal wick on top and bottom. There's names for all these types of candles and candle patterns, and we teach you about those also. This would be like a spinning top. This looks like the old-fashioned kid's toy. You know, you push down on it. It's got a piece sticking out of the bottom, a piece on the top. You push up and down, right? So what that means basically is this: it went up equally up and it went equally down. They fought over the price. Neither side won. It did end up basically neutral green, right? It didn't go up, didn't go down. So that's all those means. Some people call them the shadows, but I call them the wicks. So it just shows you the movement, the price movement during that time period. And the top and bottom of the candles is the beginning and the price. So you stack them all together, read those things, do your charting. That tells you a lot of information, right? If you see, a large wick, let's look at this big red one over here. You see this, see how huge that wick is? What that means is the buyers were winning out on this candle. The price may have been, it was here and there was a sell off, and then the buyers jumped back in and pushed the price up. So this is what you call a buyer's candle. If there's a large wick only at the top, then that means that's a seller's candle. The sellers are winning, pushing the price down. The winners or the buyers are pushing the price up. That's why you have that long wick. So, but it gyrated in between, and ultimately the sellers won out, and that's why it's red, right? So that's how that works. And then you can combine these in different patterns. They mean different things, whether it's potentially going up or going down. There is a good book I highly recommend. It's called No, These Don't Trade. Let me read the exact for you. I can hold it up here for TikTok to see. Get my book in the right spot. It's called Don't Trade Before Learning These 14 Candlestick Patterns by R. I got my thumb over it for TikTok. Right there's the book there. R.P. Arnold Pandy. I can hold this up in front of the camera here, but I don't think it'll show up for you guys very well. But anyway, don't trade before learning these 14 candlestick patterns. That will cover all the major ones. It's a very easy to understand book, just a simple paperback. It's a good reference. You can put it back and that'll help you learn what candle patterns actually mean when you combine 2 or 3 together. And it tells a big story in its own. So if you combine that with your charting, combine that with your indicators, now you really got a big story there that you can use to help make better choices on your entry and exits of any trades. So here I talked about getting into the downside. It would have to break below that. So what I'm waiting on is a break and a hold below. Now that means I want a candle ideally sitting on the shoulder of the next one, just like these did going up. Here's your candle. There's the next one sat on the shoulder of this one. This one sat on the shoulder of that one. Side by side, that's consolidation. So this does not tell me there's a strong pull to the downside yet. They got down here. Now they're fighting over the price. When the price never really goes up or down, that's called consolidation, and your candles will go sideways. So I want to wait and see. I'm not going to just jump in this trade because it looks like it might go down. I want to know that it's going to go down, right? So, if I get a good, strong confirmation candle, I can jump in a trade, to the downside. I need to know what all these mean. There's my 200 and my VWAP. So I have to really, if this continues to come down like I hope it does, then I got to deal with that as this gets closer, because it's most likely to pause, stop, and reject, or it could even pause and blow through it. So I can sit here and make money off this trade as this pulls down. Now, my L2 is not showing me a big level to the downside, so they're still fighting over price. So I'm going to just go ahead and take the green if I see it, right? If I don't, then I'll just let this sit here a second, as long as it don't go up and go up against me like it's trying to now. But this is also a bounce zone right here. You can see how the other one's bounced there, right? So, anywho, that's how you do that. You want to see a good, strong confirmation. This was not this. It was these two stacked on the shoulder of this one. Absolutely not. So right now, as you can see, that was not a strong indication to the downside. See how this is going sideways. That's why you want to look for the one that sits on the shoulder of the previous, like these do here. See how on the shoulder, that one not so much. This one here on the shoulder of that one. That tends to show that it wants to continue upward. Now, you don't know when it's going to stop. You get this consolidation. That means they're fighting over the price they haven't decided yet, right? I want it. No, you want it. They'll sit there and fight over the price, right? So that's why you want that confirmation candle to the downside. Just wait that extra one. That way it helps prevent getting into a lot less losing trades. As you can see, that consolidated, and now it's moving up. And then you got a red, a green, and a red. That's the reversals set of candles in itself right there. A reversal pattern, right? So knows those patterns that go along with it can help you make better choices. The other thing you don't do is you don't come in here and chase candles. Oh, that's climbing, right? I can jump in here. Oh, I'm going to get that, right? That big candle, I'm going to take part of that. Well, one of the things about these large candles, these what we call gamma candles, even though we don't have any of the Greeks in futures contracts, is you'll get that big rush up and then it'll pull back 50%. And then it'll decide what it's going to do as far as the up or down motion. So that's why it's always better to wait. Don't jump in too soon. See, because I did not wait for the confirmation candle, which I told you I was going to do anyway. I'm out $1,200 that quick, right? Just in that amount of time. So always wait that extra candle there. You don't have to wait for the whole candle to form. In other words, going on third, you just want to see that confirmation candle have some positive energy to move in the direction that you're hoping, whether it's up or down. If not, you run the risk of getting these when the candles are side by side. So try to hold not entering a trade until the candles are above the shoulder of the previous one. That just gives you a greater, stronger trade, right? What indicator is that green on your chart? This here is just a cloud. All this is just a visual representation of the space between the 21 and the 55. And so ideally to the upside, you want to see the 9, 21, 55, 200 MA and VWAP, right? In that order. Not so much the 200, but 9, 21, 55, you want them stacked up that way. So because of that, that is a good positive trade when that formed back here. Right, so I can just flip through any of these and say, oh, it's up in the upside, or oh, it's to the downside, just by clicking on the chart. Just a visual, just fills in the gap. If not, you just have lines here. So then when this 21 goes over to 55, in other words, the prices are dropping, this will turn red, as you can see back here. So see, here's your 21.55 crossover. There's your 21.55 crossover. And as you can see, those were good trades. To the downside, great trades to the upside. So, yeah, it's just a visual cloud, we call it, fills in the gap between, so you can see where the lines are at on your chart. And this other line here going up, straight up, that's a regression channel. There's one here, there's the middle. We always say don't diddle in the middle. And there's the bottom of the channel. Which way is it going up, right? So on a 1 minute chart, the trend is up. On a 2 minute, the trend is up. If I go 30 minutes, what's the overall trend? The last 30 minutes, right? What should I do here? I'll reset. The overall trend is up on a longer trend, 30 minutes, right? So that's how that works. All right. That answer your question? So that green is that. That's what all that is. Just a quick visual thing. And you can adjust these things, that kind of stuff too. So this one's really bright. So those are all part of your membership. Hey, Mr. Miller, good to see you. There's one of our local celebrities down there from the Bayou. He's a TV guy. He's famous. So anyway, good to have you there, Mr. Miller. So let's see, speaking of our memberships, let me share with you some more about American Dream Trading and the memberships and the things that we have, the benefits of having memberships. So here you go. Again, those of you on YouTube, you won't be able to hear this video. If you want the best view and be able to hear everything, you need to go to our YouTube channel for the full screen view due to this temporary setup. I will slide it over so that you can read the subtitles. It's not quite the same though, okay? So be prepared for that. All right, here we go.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for a free Discord or one of our paid memberships. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup, where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center, so any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first, plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day challenge, the debt-free challenge, where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat, where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time, as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the TradingView indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get. You can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to americandreamtrading.com.
Oh, all right. Sorry. We'll get you a cup of coffee over at McDonald's, right? Keither, thank you for that feedback. Sorry. Um, scroll up above, enter all those memberships and that 1,000 free drawing. There's what you missed. I just told
Mark,
you.
did you mention that the Diamond membership is on sale for $5,000 today only?
Oh, did Coach put it on sale for $5,000 today only?
Today only.
Wow, I gave him misinformation. It was at 10, right? I didn't realize he did the 5,000 today. Well, there you go. 5,000.
$50,000 worth of services for $5,000.
There you go. Come on. Get that. That is for today only. That does end
Today only. Yep.
today only. He's giving it away essentially. That's less than a VIP gold membership. I mean, the ADT TV thing is going to be either 500 or 1,000 a month. The mentorship program alone, which is a standalone program with Coach, is 5,000 a year, 6,000 a year for that. So you can see the value already is adding up. Plus all the gold breakout rooms, all the videos, the recordings, the live 24-hour a day stock chats and future chats that are available. So all of that is available to you for that one and done $5,000 price. You do need to go click on that link for the diamond sale, which is the next to last one that Doug posted over there on our YouTube link. For those of you who aren't on our YouTube link and are over on TikTok, I don't know why you didn't move over there, but that's your decision, right? Head on over there. You can click there or go grab our free Discord. That information will also be found inside our free Discord. Stop in and say hi while you're there. So back to your question, do you think the market will be bullish? That and $1.25 will get you a cup of coffee at McDonald's. I have no idea what it's going to do next week. And here's another thing. I don't care. I don't care whether the market goes up. I don't care whether the market goes down. I don't care whether the market goes sideways. Why do you think that is? Why? Anybody guess why? Any of the social medias? Why don't I care what the market's going to do?
Because we're going to make money either way.
That's right. We make money when the market goes up. We make money when the market goes down. And we even make money when the market goes sideways. Why? Because Coach educates us on different trading strategies to be used in different situations. And sometimes it's a combo of that, depending what the market gives you. Well, and I'm not saying that half it's to be a smart aleck. We trade the trade that's in front of us. We don't form a bias of what it's going to do. Earlier today, and we actually had this discussion, right? We were squeezing dollars out of what we had to deal with early this morning. Back here, see all this chop here, all this up and down, down and up, and the candles and the wicks were real long, just chaos, chop. Went in there, consolidated. We made money when it was going sideways. Also, we were making money here too, but we had to work for it, right? And we talk, well, just because this is doing it now, don't mean it's going to be doing this all day. You never know when an easy trade's going to come out. And when shortly before noon today, about a quarter till or so, it smoothed out and went nice, steady climb. I literally got in this here, made one click, and sat back in my chair, relaxed. Matter of fact, I was answering other members' questions. We were doing trading while this went on. Why? Because this was easy money. It stayed above our indicator here and told us to stay in a trade. There was no reason to get out of the trade. Now, you see, there's nothing here that says buy or sell, right? But it's telling me that because I've been trained to understand what I'm seeing in front of me actually means, right? So this was just easy money, right? And it went up there till about, what time was that? About 1:30 before it really started pulling back. Well, there's one over here I forgot about. Yeah, but before 1, it started doing occasional contract busting pullbacks, right? But other than that, it was a straight shot all the way up. There was no reason to get out of the trade. And I happened to get out here, as a matter of fact, because I had a pullback, and that was my criteria for exit, and then it really pulled hard. So then it popped right back up and went even higher. So learning how to deal with these things, our members jumped right back in. I didn't jump back in this one because I had to go step away from the computer when I finished this trade here. Been sitting there since 3 o'clock this morning, so I thought maybe only 1 or 2 little breaks. But So yeah, I was gone. I missed all this here. You know how much that is? Matter of fact, I came back probably right about here, right, right before it pulled again. So there was another, say, 100 ticks times 12. There's $1,250 that I gave up by not being there per contract. Okay. I will tell you today that I was trading 50 contracts at one time. So you take 1250, right? So times 50, right? That's a lot of money, right? What I say? Oh, 100 ticks, right? Times 1250, right? It's 1250 times 50 contracts. So my little break cost me, you do the math, 1250 per tick, 100 ticks times 50. That'll show you what money I gave up between here and there. So that's okay, because quite frankly, I made that more than that money from here to here, plus all my trading in the morning. I guess I made a third of my profits this morning, starting at 3 a.m. I started trading, hitting it hard as I could afford to at that time. And I was able to even put more money into it here during these tradings. But yes, I gave up an equally amount of money up to that point. Now, that's the first time I figured that out. Since I come back, I'm like, oh, holy cow, I hope you guys are in that trade. And they're like, yeah, we're all in it. We're not all of them, but a lot of them were in it. And this is the first time I've measured that. Why did I take a break when I took a break? If I could just waited a half an hour, right? Oh, well, you're always going to miss, you're always going to leave money on the table no matter what. There's always something running somewhere. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, but you didn't. Do I look at that 1250 times 100 ticks is what it pays per tick times 50? If you did the math on that and your eyeballs are popping out of your head right now, right? I made more than that earlier today, but that would have been very nice to have, right? So if you did the math and your eyeballs are popping out of your head, yes, those are real numbers. It's simple math. It moves this far, you get paid this much. And that's how it works. So, hey, Mojo, how's it going over there? See, Mojo's welcome back, Mojo. Good to have you back again. So what do I think the market's going to do next week? Again, I keep starting to answer your question, and I do like I do usually do, ramble on, get off course. Get down there, squirrel.
Squirrel.
And what?
Squirrel.
Oh, squirrel. I don't really worry about it. Do I educate myself? Yes. I read the news. Matter of fact, I'm the one that publishes the newsletter. So I'm kind of acutely aware, but we really don't know what's going to happen day to day. We don't control the markets. The market makers do. We just go along for the ride and take some of the profits. We take some of the breadcrumbs, right? So that's why when we say we trade the trade that's in front of us, we really mean it, because we are highly trained to make money when that market goes up, and we're highly trained when the market goes down. And does it suck making money going sideways? Yeah, you got to really work for it that way. It's harder money, right? And with experience, you learn to do that. That's the sideways trades, the consolidation trades, the channel trading. That in itself is its own skill that you develop over time. That's the hardest kind of trading, but that doesn't stop us from trading it, right? You just have to use a different trading strategy. I traded through a lot of chop today, when all this chop was going on over here early this morning, right? I was in here trading it, and I was scalping it literally one candle at a time. Once in a while, a couple like here, I may have played a couple of these candles, but generally I was in and out in one candle. Go in there, snag the money, get out. Did I tell the members when I got in and got out? No, none of us do that. None of us tell each other, "Oh, I'm jumping in here. Oh, this is a good place to get in." We never tell each other when we're buying or selling. That's illegal, telling people when to buy and sell, because we're not legal. We're not licensed financial advisors, right? So that's not an appropriate thing to do if you want to stay on this side of the bars, right? So yes, I was jumping in and out of that, right? And there was times I didn't do anything. So I can't tell exactly without going back looking at my trading records what exact these candles I was in, but I was in and out of a bunch of them, and then I sat on my hands for a bunch of them, decided to jump back in, and then whatever, right? And then we made some good money here, and then we was able to catch the ride up, the more chop there, and catch that ride up. So I traded. This was the only, I think this was the only thing. This the only thing I traded. Yeah, I think this was the only thing I traded after 9:30, if I'm not mistaken. During the open at 3 a.m., I was trading the euro. I was trading gold. I did a little bit of ES trading, not a whole lot, but made good money on gold and the euro early this morning. So did well there, mostly gold. I was writing that up, writing it down more than up at that time. So there's always something you can trade during the day. You just find whatever's moving, whoever wants to give you money, that's what you trade, right?
Kind of like gold right now, Mark.
Oh, don't tell me. How can gold be moving? Holy cow, what happened here?
I was riding some of that up. It's getting ready to bounce off VWAP probably.
Wow, that's unusual for this late in the day. He usually doesn't do that.
Yeah.
Get that money, huh? All right. Let's get excited here.
Here we go.
Well, let's see if our paid member was fortunate enough to catch it. Look, now what's it hit now? VWAP. And it's looks like it's fighting to get through VWAP. It might do it. Can it do it? I don't know. Might pull back. But just to give you a rough idea, let's just say you didn't catch it right away. If it was a little slow, that's 116 ticks. And we know we get paid by ticks, right? A tick is a division of the whole point. Gold pays $10 per tick, and it pays by tenths. So there's 10 ticks to $1. So in other words, $1. It's a point. I say dollar just because when we look at these numbers over here on the price scale, that's how we think about it, right? So what did I just say? Shows you how tired I am. I can't even remember what the number I just said was. Was it 100? Yeah. Let's just call it 100. Let's say we didn't catch it till late, right? 100 times 10 is what? Simple math, folks, right? Is what? $1,000.
23?
23? Wrong. So that is $1,000 move on one contract of gold, which is less than $2,000, right? I believe gold. Yeah, 20. Yeah, roughly. Let's just say it's 2,500 in margin that you'd have in your account. You could have had a 50% growth. Look at the breakthrough VWAP. Man, what's going on? I haven't seen this happen forever.
Get it.
So imagine if you had just 10 contracts of this, or 5, right? You're talking $5,000-$10,000 just in a matter of 20 after till now, right? So you're talking not even a half an hour, making $5,000 to $10,000 just by clicking a mouse button. Wow. And would we have got in that? Well, we most certainly would. There's the 9. There's the break and hold above the 9 with the confirmation candle. There was a pullback, however, but then it took right back off again. Boom, and it's still climbing. There you go. And really, once you exited that trade, let me see here what there's my little cheat sheet that I made for everybody. We have, let's see, gold is I can't remember all these. It would have cost you $5.74 to make $1,000 net transaction cost. Yes, you would have had to have the $2,500 in your margin trading account, but that money goes back into your account as soon as you exit the trade, and you pay that $5.74. Sounds like a pretty daggone deal to me. Any day of the week. Would you not agree? Yes, you would.
You bet those cheeks, Mark.
Yes, sirree. Right? Because he would say, "Oh yeah." There you go. What do I think about Tesla stock? They did pretty good today from what I heard. They were up 8%. I don't know where they ended up. Last time I heard they were around 8%. That was a good move on Tesla, right? Had some good news, right? Shot the stock up. Just remember, Tesla stock's one of the most volatile you can trade. It'll go up 50%, go up or down 50% every single year. So you trade the trade that's in front of you. Monday it might go down to toilet, right? You don't know. Again, I have no opinions about the future. Number one, I knocked my crystal ball off my desk and cracked it, so it's in the repair shop. So now I can't foresee the future, right? That's a joke, right? Nobody knows what's going to do. We don't have control over that. A lot of members of the American Dream Trading love trading Tesla, and a lot of them are stinking extra rich today by trading Tesla stock options. They made a boatload of money. I don't know where Tesla's at right this moment. I mean, I can look. Well, we can all take a look because I didn't really take a look at it. I heard it members talking about it, that they were in it, but I didn't go look at it because, see, it's calmed down now, right? It's pulled back since then, but look at that run. That was a one-click trade there also, right? Buy it and forget it. Look at that. Isn't that something? Isn't that beautiful? Look at that rocket ship. Wham. So it went up. What did it go up? It went up, from down here to, just call it 260 up to 286. Yeah. Over $20 a share, $25 a share. And it's
If
pulled
you'd
back a
gotten
little
in
bit, but it's still there, right?
that initial chop after the first few minutes in the morning, then got in that, man, to be a rich puppy today.
Yeah. Tesla is currently up 9.2% for the day. I would say that would have to be the day's leader percentage-wise, wouldn't you? Well, just looking at all the big ones that we follow every day here at American Dream Trading. Meta was up 2%. Nvidia even had a nice pop, 3.6. A 1% gain on any stock in one day is huge, let alone 3 or 9%, right? So what about the long term? All I can tell you what I know about Tesla, it will drop 50% or go up 50% every year, up and down. It moves that much, very volatile. I don't own Tesla stock as far as that goes. No, I do have one of the things I do hold is Nvidia, but I don't even look at it. It's a long-term holding. I could care less. I look at it once in a while. I don't have any intention of selling it, so I'm not worried about it. Wow, it took your count up 230%. Congratulations there, time spent. Yes, those are count-changing days, just like today. If you've been in here with us while this trade happened, right? We talked and discussed this trade. How long, when do we get out of this trade? What does it look like, right? What's the criteria for staying in this trade? Well, we took all the things that we know about our indicators and how they relate to each other, and no time did it say to get out of this trade either, right? The only time it ever pulled back and held below the 9 and touched the 21 was clear up here, right? And then you could have played it to the downside. There was a big pull to the downside. Well, you could have got in and broken held beneath the 9. You could have rode that bad boy all the way down. Bounced off this critical level, gold level that I have marked. Look at that. Somebody asked me, what's the gold level mean? Well, that's what it means right there, right? I think I used this as an example, did I not? I'm like, well, I make my line gold because it hits there all the time. You can see how it comes up and bounces or drops down and bounces off of it, right? So that's a gold level. What did it do? This is the first time I'm seeing this, actually. What did it do? Came right down, the wick touched that gold level. Actually, the whole candle did, but the wick would show it left. Bounced straight up. Think that's a good gold level? Match all the other ones? I would say so, right? And then they could have rode that all the way back up there again. Again, there was nothing here that said to get out of this trade on the way back up. And then you got into a bunch of chop here where it's currently at, right? So, and you could play all this stuff. You just have to be in and out and whatever, be diligent on whatever trading strategy you're using. A little bit choppy there, right? So, unlike gold, which for some unknown reason is shooting up. I mean, the indices are staying up. I don't see any reason, since there's a relationship between the two, why gold all of a sudden decided to take off. I don't know. So, whatever. We don't care the reason. It's nice to know why after the fact, even why it did what it did, because then you learn something. Was it news? Did somebody get on TV and say something? No, well, that's why it is. It's the futures options right here. It says they're futures options contracts. Talking about 15 minutes ago, right? They come out with whatever that news there. So that little data affected what that was. So we don't really care. We're trading the trades in front of us. We know what to do when these things happen. We know when to enter. We know when to exit based on the trading. There was a pullback. People took profits, and now it's going even higher, right? It's not a record high, but it's high as it's been for a couple of days, I think, right? So anyway, imagine that. One little contract, that's over $1,000 that you could have made right now, right? Just by coming in. Now it's at it's almost doubled now. 187 times 1250. It's now $2,337 you would have made on buying one contract. Multiply that by 5 or 10 or 20. Look at that money, right? So Wow. Tesla itself, TSLL, the small stock for Tesla, is up 18% for the day. Why is that? Because it's a, what's it, is it a 3X or a 2? It's a 2X, ain't it? Or is it 3X? What is TSLL? Is it 2 or 3 bull? Which means you also lose 3 times as much when Tesla pulls back. But anyway, it's 2. Thank you, John. Couldn't remember. So many of them. Try to keep track. Again, I don't trade it. How do I know when to sell? Well, that's where your training comes in, right? You learn to do that. Number one, you need to have your charts charted out, right? So you know where your historical level's at. That's one of the factors. What your indicators are telling you based on indicators you're using. That's another factor. And you put all that together. Volumes, is there volume keeping it there? It has to have volume as the fire that keeps things going too, right? So you combine all this whole picture together. You may even use the order book. That's another tool you can use, the L2 order book. You don't have to. Again, these are all individual tools, right? But the most important thing is knowing where the historical trading levels are at and doing effective charting. So as it approaches, those are your critical indicators. And then you can make your buying and selling decisions. How do you know when to sell? That's up to you when to sell. You'll never know when's the top. You'll never know when's the bottom, right? All you can do is make decisions on what you see. Now, obviously, you don't want to hold this contract, past close today because then it'll roll over into Monday and or Sunday night, and you don't know what's going to happen to it then, right? Plus, you have to have the maintenance margin in your account to hold it. So never know the top. You never know the bottom. That was one of our topics of our discussions today, right? Go ahead, jump in that trade. You don't know when it's going to stop, right? And a lot of members did get in on this ES trade when it was already halfway over with, right? And they jumped in and they were able to make money, right? So if you jumped in real late, you just never know. You just have to treat it that way, that it's going to drop at any moment. So as later you get in, that much less profit you're going to make, and you just treat it accordingly. Doesn't mean you can't jump in if it still meets the criteria that we teach here of a good trade. So yeah, we can't say, well, number one, I'm not allowed to tell you when to get out or when to get in. We're not licensed financial advisors, nor is anybody else here at American Dream Trading. So at no time were we able to give investment, financial, or tax advice. This is for educational purposes only. See, I have to say that. It makes our lawyers happy. What? You got lawyers? Oh, yes, we do. We have lawyers. We are a legal corporation, been incorporated going on close to 5 years now. And yes, you do need lawyers for things. Some things good, some to take care of some bad things, right? Anyway, they're there when you need them. So, hey, Dave S. Good to see you there, buddy. Dave's one of our members. He uses he's a long-term investor. He uses a long-term buy and hold investment strategy. Coach teaches that also. But Dave's also learned how to do other things, options and things and day trading. So he's even upped his game and learned different things. So good. We got about less than 5 minutes left in the market. So that's where we're getting this volatility. Let's go take another quick peek at gold. Okay. Well, now they took their profits. They're going to get out. This is Options Friday. The people are going to bail out of their contracts, right? As far as that goes. So check something here real quick. Oh my Lord. No, I couldn't handle that, Ange. I see Ange's message to me. Oh Lord, no way. No way. Ooh. Sorry, I missed that. That would have been nice just to sit there and listen as a fly on the wall. Okay, thanks for that. Well, she's not in here now anyway. Anyway, ES is heading for another high up there, pushing up at the last minute. Really? Kind of getting there. It failed a little bit, but it did have a nice push up. It tried. It failed. It tried really hard. But gold, I mean, we haven't seen gold do this at the end of the day for I don't know how long. It's been quite a long time. So that's good. People were making money there. You can see they took their profits up there and got out. Finished up at a high of 33.24 for the day at its peak, which was just now, as a matter of fact. So cool. Yeah, I guess I hope you guys all have a good weekend. I hope you finish your trades green today. It's very good for your mental well-being. You always try to go that extra mile, work extra hard. Make sure you go green going into the weekend, right? It's good for your mental well-being. It's better be a dollar ahead than a dollar short, right? At least I do. I get grouchy when I'm a dollar short. So try to always, especially even more so, to go into the weekend green, right? So I don't let it ruin my weekend. Again, if it does, that's on me. That ain't because I had a red day. So anyway, all right. Well, Ralph, I hope you don't lose power. He said they're getting severe storms down there, down at the bayou. He lives down there with the gators and the other swamp creatures. Matter of fact, I think he lives out in the middle of the swamp. I'm not really sure. I just heard rumors. Ralph, that's where Ralph, he's one of them swamp guys. Goes hunting gators for food. But I don't know. It's just a rumor. It's just a rumor I started. I don't know if that's true or not.
Not quite, but I'm close to it though.
Oh, okay. There's Ralph himself. All right.
I'm close to it.
Listen to him talk. You can tell he's from the bayou. Man, he's got that accent. Down there where they use the word, instead of saying the word oil, they say Earl. There's Earl down in them woods.
Who would Earl?
Ain't that Earl? All right. I do thank everybody being here. We had a great week here at American Dream Trading every single day. We had some nice ups and downs. We had some chaos. We had some flat trading. We pretty much seen all the market you could throw at you. Actually, this week, it was kind of a good educational week as far as what the market can throw at you, the different market conditions. We had some big rises up, big rises down, channels. So we got a taste of it all this week, right? And just like we talked about this morning, never judge a market by the current conditions it's in. It can always change, just like it did here on during the indices. It was choppy as all get out, and you had to fight to make the money. And the next thing you know, oh, look at that beautiful steady uprise, right? Easy money. It's nice to just sit back and watch it go up, right? And just following our indicators to help us decide when to get out. Nice. Thank you for that question, Grayson. We are an educational trading company here. We want to help you develop the skill to make your own decisions on when to enter a trade and when to exit a trade. Never depend on some random old dude on the internet telling you when to get in and get out. We don't do that here. We want to educate you so that you can develop that skill to be a successful trader. So head on over to americandreamtrading.com and grab those memberships that have the special promotions now. The lifetime diamond membership for $5,000 ends today. Either get it or be crying tomorrow because they're gone. They'll be done. So that is a steal of the lifetime. That is everything. And same thing with our members that don't have it. If you don't, you better go get it. And that's all I'm, sell the wife, sell the car, sell the kids, sell your house, whatever you got to do. Go get that thing. You won't regret it, right? So I thank you all for being here. We had a great week of trading. I hope you did too. Hope you learned a little bit things here, right? You can join us for totally free 3 times a day here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Coach is live from 9 to 11, Monday through Friday, Eastern Time. I'm live Eastern Time from 2 to 4. And we have the aftermarket show at 5 p.m. over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Check that out with our lovely host, Dawn, over there. You have a great time over there. Just tell Dawn when you see her you came from the future. She'll know what you mean. Whatever you do, just don't mention my name. I don't know why. When people mention my name, she gets very irritated. So just kind of keep that part on the down low. Just say you came from the futures, right? Tell her Ange sent you. That's it. Tell her Ange sent you. She likes Ange, so just don't mention my name. She gets, I don't know what it is. She just don't like me, I think. I don't know. But anyway, check out that show. You can even join the panel live with an open mic and open camera if you so choose. So make it more interesting. Your questions, just like they are here, make every show more interesting. Feel free to ask questions over on the aftermarket show with Dawn, which starts at 5 p.m. over on our YouTube channel, AmericanDreamTrading.com. Well, make sure whoever you come across to this weekend that you try to leave lasting positive impressions, make positive memories, and try to bless those that you come in contact. I thank you all for being here. We will see you next week, same time, same bat channel. See ya.